In the secluded town of Oakwood, nestled deep within the mist-shrouded forests, stood a mansion known as Oakwood Manor. The mansion had a dark history, with rumors of tragic deaths and mysterious disappearances that plagued its past. Despite the warnings, a group of friends decided to spend a night at Oakwood Manor, intrigued by its eerie reputation. Among them was Emma, a skeptic who scoffed at the idea of ghosts and curses. As they entered the mansion, Emma felt a chill run down her spine. The air was thick with a sense of foreboding, and the shadows seemed to dance around them, whispering secrets of the past. As the night wore on, strange things began to happen. Objects moved on their own, whispers echoed through the halls, and the temperature dropped to an icy cold. Emma brushed off the occurrences, attributing them to her friends' pranks. But when she ventured into the mansion's library, she found a dusty old book that told a chilling tale. The book detailed the story of a family who had once lived in Oakwood Manor, only to meet a tragic end at the hands of a malevolent entity. It spoke of a curse that had been placed on the mansion, condemning all who entered to suffer the same fate. Emma scoffed at the idea of a curse, but as she continued to explore the mansion, she began to feel a sense of unease. Shadows seemed to follow her, and she could swear she heard the faint sound of laughter echoing through the halls. That night, as the group gathered in the grand hall, they heard a loud crash coming from the basement. Curiosity getting the better of them, they ventured downstairs, where they found a hidden chamber covered in arcane symbols. As they examined the symbols, a sense of dread washed over them. They realized that the symbols were a summoning ritual, meant to call forth a malevolent entity from the depths of the underworld. Before they could react, the shadows came alive, forming a twisted figure that loomed over them. The entity spoke with a voice that chilled them to the core, promising to claim their souls as its own. Emma and her friends knew they had to act fast if they were to survive the night. They searched the chamber, looking for anything that could help them break the curse. They found an ancient tome that detailed a ritual of banishment, but it required a sacrifice. One of them would have to offer their life to the entity in order to seal it away. As they debated who would make the sacrifice, the entity grew more powerful, its shadows engulfing them. In a moment of bravery, Emma stepped forward, offering herself as the sacrifice. As Emma spoke the words of the ritual, a blinding light filled the chamber, and the entity let out a deafening roar. Emma felt a searing pain as the entity's shadows enveloped her, but she stood strong, knowing that her sacrifice would save her friends. As the ritual reached its climax, the entity let out a final scream and vanished, leaving behind only silence. Emma's friends rushed to her side, but it was too late. She had given her life to save them. In the days that followed, Emma's friends returned to Oakwood Manor, now free from the curse that had plagued it for so long. They erected a memorial to Emma, honoring her bravery and sacrifice. As they left the mansion behind, they knew that they would never forget Emma's sacrifice. Her spirit lived on in the halls of Oakwood Manor, a reminder of the darkness that lurked in the shadows and the light that could overcome it. Months had passed since Emma's sacrifice, but her presence lingered in Oakwood Manor. Her friends could feel her watching over them, a comforting presence in the face of the mansion's dark history. One night, as they sat by the fireplace, they heard a soft voice calling out to them. It was Emma, her voice faint but unmistakable, guiding them to a hidden room in the attic. Curiosity piqued. They followed her voice, climbing the creaky stairs to the attic. There they found a dusty old chest, filled with artifacts from the past, a family heirloom, a journal, and a locket with Emma's picture inside. The journal belonged to Emma's ancestor, Elizabeth, who had lived in Oakwood Manor centuries ago. As they read through its pages, they learned of Elizabeth's encounters with the malevolent entity that had plagued the mansion for generations. Elizabeth had discovered a way to banish the entity, but it required a sacrifice, one of pure heart and unwavering courage. She had attempted the ritual herself but had been unsuccessful, her sacrifice incomplete. As they read on, they realized that Emma was the fulfillment of the ritual, her sacrifice breaking the curse once and for all. For more scary and horror stories, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.